What's up, TappN fam? We're back with another Shot to Clock series where we give you the insider secrets on the nightlife in your city by sitting down with the curators of the nightlife itself. Today, we have the absolute pleasure of sitting down with two individuals known for throwing some of the most iconic parties in the Cleveland nightlife. Ladies and gentlemen, Lunar Underground.
How's it going, guys?
Dee, Adam, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us. Yeah. Appreciate you.
I've been actually anticipating for this invite.
Really?
Yeah, ever since I seen that app that you had curated, and
Okay.
I've been following ever since you had posted it, and I was like, man, I can't wait till he asks. And then you did. I was like, yes, we made it.
The clips, man. The clips are just fucking great. So,
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate not only the vote of confidence, but the time that you've given us.
Homies too, you know.
Yeah.
Seen behind the camera, what up, dog?
Yeah. So a lot of people have known about Lunar Underground, but they may not know the individuals that put their heart and time into it. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourselves and the roles you play in Lunar Underground. Dee, if you don't mind.
I would like Adam to start because I would say he's a true founder of Lunar Underground.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Adam, and the role you play.
Hello everyone out there. My name is Adam. I'm one of the founders of Lunar Underground. Funny enough, me and Dee, we had a clothing store before this. It was called Misfit Exchange.
Okay.
We were trying to figure out something to do in Cleveland. She just got back into town, and so we always want to work together, even though we're cousins, but we just never gotten a chance to do that, you know. So we were trying to figure it out, and we're like, we're just gonna go outside to different events, you know, in the scene, and just sort of try to talk ourselves up, you know.
Okay.
And then we met our business partner, you know, at the time. He pitched a store concept to us. So it was Misfit Exchange, and we came up to that name together.
Okay.
Yeah.
We started off as Misfit, just me and Adam, because the M actually stands for my last name, Montanevong, and the S stands for Sutivong, it's his last name. And we both are like fashion fanatics. I went to school for fashion.
Okay.
And he's always worked in like a lot of boutiques and like high-end
Yeah.
boutiques, like Exhibition and Next and stuff like that. So I think that's where it started off as that concept, and then went into an actual store. So we had that for about 3 years, and we had three like important pillars besides. So there was the business aspect, there's community and sustainability, and then there was like events and community on that side. So I took care of the sustainability part in the organization. Our third business partner did all the like operations of the like buy sell trade.
Business, commerce.
And then Adam's heart was always towards events. He wanted to like throw these crazy misfit parties,
Okay.
like when you think of a rebel or a misfit, like just kind of pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
And we just never got to put our business money into that. So 8 months before we end up closing our store down, we threw the first party.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, we might as well just do one just to say that we did it.
Yeah.
But I've been having like the core concept for a long time now. At the store, I would be at the store every day. People would come in, I would chop it up with them, and I'd be like, I want to throw this party for, you know, like all the Asians, all the Asians in Cleveland, because we are all separate. We're all sort of segregated.
Yeah.
So like, with me and Dee, like we can sort of phase in through different spaces. You know, we like to hang out with like the art community, DJ community, music people. That's how we met like a lot of these guys, you know, and photographers, models. But like, how can we bring everyone together? You know? So it was like, fuck it, let's throw a banger. So,
Okay.
Can we say fuck it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you? Yeah.
And I say,
Yeah, all right. Let's take it carried away. Let's not get canceled on our 5th episode now. But yeah, I want you guys to be comfortable being yourselves, talk freely as you would amongst each other. Anything that social media doesn't want to hear or see, we'll filter it out. So walk us through the first event. It was a Misfit event, was the very first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did that look like?
our thing was we were always into branding, you know. So we had to come up with a name. She got the location. She started working at Green Light, and she was like, "Okay, I have the space for you. You got to do it. We have X amount of time, so we have to put these random ethereal thoughts into action, you know." So I was like, "Oh crap! Like,
It's happening.
It's
Right,
real.
yeah.
It's becoming real." So I just talked to Jacob, phenomenal photographer. He does lots of celebrity stuff like that. I brought him in. Another guy, Kevin Nguyen, he used to just shop at the store, and he was like, yeah, I used to throw parties in New York, so whatever you need help with.
Awesome.
So a lot of people were just sort of like just happy just to help, because it's like we didn't have it here, so like
Dude,
let's
that
just
was
do
the
it.
most Asian people I ever seen in one place in Cleveland. And even like the owners of Greenlight were like, I didn't even know that Asian people existed. I was like, I didn't know half the people that were there, but it was so fun.
Well, that's the
It
emphasis
was
on the
so
community.
fun.
Like you guys genuinely
Important.
brought the
Important.
community out, and you have established that, and you have maintained that. Because I will say, what I appreciate most about your events. Now, I've had the pleasure of attending a few of them, and the consistency of your community. It could be like, okay, we're throwing an event in 2 weeks, and you will have 80 people show up regardless. And then you'll throw another one in a month, and you'll have the same 80 people plus whoever they bring, and it continues to grow. But you have your core group, your core following is easily 80 to 100 people, which is incredible.
Yeah, it is crazy. I say we're all Lunar Underground.
Yeah.
If anybody ever asks, it's not just me and Adam. It's us as a collective.
Ooh,
It's a
I love
social
that.
I
club.
think that's an interesting sort of twist to think about it. Like, we are not Lunar Underground. We are directors. You know? Lunar Underground is a community. It's not us. It's like people that come together. You know.
Yeah.
So it is a collective
So
social.
if you were going to Japan right now and you were traveling and trying all these different restaurants, we'd be like, hey, send us that stuff because we want to throw Lunar Underground
Shout
over
us.
it. Because
Okay.
it's like you're
Shout out.
traveling out there, part of like,
Yes.
you know, you're what we're about, you know,
Yeah.
and we're aligned in those.
I love that. Next time I'm in
aspect.
Japan, I'll definitely send you some clips. So where did the name Lunar Underground come into play?
This guy.
So our family, right? Like in the 90s, they had an Asian collective. It was
Yeah.
called Asian Massive.
Okay.
So they threw actually huge
Parties. They had
DJ parties.
a good amount of DJs. Our older cousin DJ Tic Tac. So they used to party at this club called Moda, which was on West 25th.
Okay.
Which I believe is now the Mitchell's Ice
we're
Cream.
dating ourselves.
Yeah,
so,
and there was a lot of other clubs on West 6 too that they were on. I can't even remember the names because they're not even there anymore. But we were younger. We weren't allowed to go to the clubs yet, but we just like idolized all of our cousins and how cool they were. That was when like techno and trance and freestyle beats, all that stuff was like really in. Breakdancing, raving, and all that stuff with the glow sticks.
They really had a community, and it really was sort of like if you know type of thing. You know, I think it's like lots of parallel with like sneakers and stuff. It's like when you had to go to the stores, it felt different than like when you explored it. You know, they did a whole bunch of just like flyers and just bringing different DJs, and then just sort of, I don't know, they built their community, and it was beautiful. You know, for them it was called Asian Massive, and I was like, okay, I don't want to put Asian in the name. I didn't want to alienate anyone. You know, so Lunar New Year was coming up at the time, and I was just thinking about like, lunar. I was like, that's a cool, you know, that's a cool thing. And I replaced like Asian Underground, which is like what it was initially what I thought it was gonna be. I was like, I took it out. I was like Lunar Underground. I was like, that's it.
That's it.
You know?
And the rest is history.
Yeah, the undergroundness is just like we get to have our own community that we can sort of explore and just do stuff like, you know, bringing that misfit energy sort of to
Yeah, when I think of underground, I think of like speakeasies. I think of like how we have our secret locations,
Yes.
the passwords you need. We kind of veered off of that, and I was kind of like, okay, everybody can come. But I did really love how special that made people feel like to get the password.
Now, I definitely want to tap into that a little bit because the first Lunar Underground event I went to, you had to have a password, and it was very
Which one was it?
exclusive. To be honest, I don't even remember. I got a text message from a mutual friend of mine who was like, "You just should pop out to this event, and you just have to say this password." Where was it? It was somewhere. It was like a warehouse setting or something.
It's probably a Danny studio, maybe. Was
honestly-
that a yearbook party one?
Okay, so it's
Maybe
not
that one.
This was easily maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was probably the yearbook one.
Yeah.
That was good.
But I love
you had to go through an elevator and try to find your way. It was hard to get to. Yeah.
So, but that even the aspect of that to where it's like, okay, you have to know somebody and you have to have the password, and you're not gonna know about the location until hours or the day before. I thought that was so unique, and then knowing that you had to go through all those steps. And then you get there and there'd be 100+ people. Like, how did they reach so many people that fast? Like, the password just dropped.
Right.
And then all of these people were just instinctively, it's like you had the community waiting on standby. As soon as the password drops, we know. We just have to make sure that we're, reserving this time. We don't know where we're going, but we know we're going to have a good time.
Right.
I think at the time when we were trying to figure stuff out, it was like during 2020. We're like, all right, we're gonna go out, and then obviously COVID happened, so we couldn't go out as much. But then there were like secret parties. They were like, you have to know what's like all the creatives sort of went to one place.
That's true. I won't say
Don't
the
tell the
names.
government.
But yeah, it was cool being in bars. When
Shout out to Rachel.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love that you guys were able to segue that into what it has grown into now. Now you put emphasis on the community as well as the organization. What are some of your favorite highlights from these parties? Like, obviously you guys are focused on the community, but what's some of your favorite portions to curate? Because you guys are in charge of it all. The design, the layout, if you involve food or drinks.
Concepts.
Yes.
With me and Dee, our brains just sort of work in a concept kind of format. If we're ever even looking at something, it's like, how can we make this into an event? What would we like? And so and what has it been done? So we just
have a rolling list.
We just have a rolling list of like
crazy ideas. Like, we want to do a crazy rich Asians dinner party where everyone just gets dressed up to the nines and stuff like that. And is that more so what you're asking? Is like, what do we love about our jobs, or like what is something that's happened in the past that what's
something like, clearly there's a lot that goes into planning these events, and I feel like when you're planning these events, sometimes it becomes muscle memory. How do you guys keep it fresh? How do you keep it unique? How do you come up with these new ideas?
Just seeing like other people do creative stuff that's just not here in Cleveland, so like there is we could just bring that energy here, So like, I've been waiting for a long time for certain kind of parties, and I'm like, at a certain point, you're like, all right, you're just gonna have to do it yourself, And we just happen to be those people to do it,
Yeah.
But yeah, so just linking up with different DJs. I do like hosting. We talked about a little bit this off camera a bit. It's been fun, even though like I initially, before I threw the first party, I didn't want to mix friend groups.
Okay.
I phase into lots of friend groups, and I get a lot of enjoyment from that. But I was nervous because I was like, what if the homie's not gonna interact?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
different dudes is just not gonna match sometimes,
Yeah.
And then when I threw the first party, I was like, I didn't have a choice to. So I was like, everyone pull up, you
We'll see what happens.
You guys are gonna have to entertain each other, and I just had to relinquish a little of that control. I have to have faith that they're gonna have fun on their own, as long as we set the vibes.
And they have.
Yeah. Honestly, there's been a lot of new friendships that have grown from that the first event. Like, people have come up to me at parties like after a year, and they're like, oh, I met so and so at the first party, and now we're really good friends, and we always look forward to every single month you throw an event, because I know for sure I'll see him or her.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's so special to me.
Right.
And another part that happened recently was somebody had made a post about how it's a perfect place for introverts and neurodivergents and like LGBTQ.
Yes.
Like, it's a safe space. And then like, when you think of like being true to yourself, like, no, Lunar Underground is the true definition of that. Like, we make sure everybody has a safe space. Like, I made it an effort to talk about how we always have to have seating at our parties, because some people just need to have some, like a safe
space to go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they want to get up to dance, they can. Yeah. But we've always made sure that in all of our parties we have like a balance between the two because we really understand who our guests are that are coming and we want to make sure everybody is comfortable.
Well, I feel like that's a true testament to you as curators. You know, you're not like, oh, I'm going to set the scene. Like, I'm going to set the scene for everybody who may attend.
Yeah.
And that's really, your attention to detail does not go unacknowledged.
Appreciate it.
Lots of movies and like anything that I could think of like with like I guess AAPI, like Asian like themes. That's why we have a rush hour party coming up. It's just anything I could think of that's fun.
Oh, I love that.
I just want to include the world into like how fun it could be. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So
Yes.
how creative we can be with it. So like we've done K-pop parties. We've done parties that have nothing to do with Asian either. Like the yearbook had nothing to do with Asian
Yeah,
people.
no.
But it was more of a space for us to come together and get to know each other.
I seen a reel that they were just doing that. They just their homies pulled up and they had a backdrop. I was like, we can just do that.
Okay.
Just do a party, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I think a lot of the ideas just come from just being on social media, seeing what other people are doing, and then now we're just like, yeah, like she said, like movie references, different kind of things like that. So
I love that. I love that you guys have expanded and you bring in, bring your culture into the events as well as bringing pop culture into the events.
Yeah, like I've done 3 vampire parties, and it's just because I'm obsessed with vampires. When Adam called me and was like, "You got the green light to do the vampire party," that was our second official party with an undergrad. I was like, "Yes!" that was my favorite party of all time.
I was in charge of the first party, and I pretty much ran everything curation wise.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm tired, but she'd been talking about her party that she just had a concept. I'm just like, and everyone's like, just do another party. And I'm like, all right, dude, let's do it. So we literally, as we wrapped the first party, we're like, started planning the second one already.
Yeah.
You know,
We had no experience in party planning at all prior to our first party. We just did what we thought we were supposed to. Yeah, and then we noticed that we just kept taking turns doing the parties. Like one person would lead one of them so that we wouldn't get super burnt out.
Yeah.
And then, we just have a huge list of crazy ass ideas.
Our working relationship has grown easier just the way that we understand each other.
Okay.
So we pick up each other's slack for sure.
Yeah,
I love that.
definitely.
I absolutely love that. Now, I've seen some wild things at some Lunar Underground events. What are some of the craziest things that you've seen or experienced at one of your events?
My favorite events was Hidden Events 2. My boy Scene and Eddie from Rice Shop,
Yeah.
DJ Pikachu, yeah. They were just like, do you guys want to do a pop-up party here at Rice Shop? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to, you know? And so we set that up. Obviously, TBA Radio, recorded everything. They set everything up. They made it look beautiful. They came up with the spot too. So we were just in charge of bringing people.
Yeah.
And they were just like, all right, so this one's for sure also a secret,
Yeah.
And it sort of spread like wildfire because
Yes, it did.
yeah.
That was so fun.
We had the doors open. This is in Banneken, right next to Exhibition. So lots of rich people live out there, and I didn't think we were that loud, but
Rich
apparently
people that don't like music.
apparently we
At
were
7
so loud
o'clock.
that the cops got
came.
called on us. Yeah. So
That was,
you came outside too.
I was there.
We all
I was
damage control.
I had it on live.
Yeah.
That guy felt so awkward. He was like, "Can I come talk to you down here?"
I'm like standing up. I'm above, like I'm like on the bar with the microphone, and then the cops like right behind. I was like, oh sorry, are we being loud?
No, that's not what happened. Okay, because that's what I was gonna bring up. So, because I was in charge of crowd control for that. Because I'm like, okay, this is great. So the cops are walking up, and Scene's like, should I stop? And I'm like, no, let me just talk to him. So Eddie and I go out, and then you hop on the microphone and it's like, everybody say boo, and you boo the cop.
That's not what happened. That's not.
Okay, let me know what happened,
Somebody
because
did.
that's how I heard
I
it.
told them, I was like, "Stop booing!"
Yeah, I'm like we're not booing this gentleman, I said we are not. Check the tapes. Check the tapes.
Okay.
That's not what happened.
Maybe I was mistaken. I happened to turn around after everybody started booing, and you had the microphone in your hands. So.
I said give officer insert his name here.
Okay, yes.
Give him a round of applause.
You're right. You had everybody clapping. That's
Because
okay. Okay, I give you that.
I could see how the energy would have turned that way.
Okay, yes. And then they started booing. So I don't know who said boo.
Somebody started it.
But
Everybody started.
oh my
I was like,
gosh,
stop,
you
stop
can't
moving.
boo the cops.
If we booed them, they would have shut us down for sure. So I was like, hey,
Yeah.
he's doing his job.
You
so-
did.
so
You
let's
saved
take
it after
outside.
the boo. You saved it after the boo. She definitely told everybody to stop booing. But I was
Eddie, go get it.
I was so inspired by the way that you guys responded to that. And the most beautiful part is they let us keep going.
Yeah.
We closed the doors. Shout out to the officers in the Van Akron district. They definitely have a sense of community and a sense of understanding, because he's like, as long as you can control the sound and people aren't out here, doing XYZ. But that was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Van Akron has never seen a party like that, at least not in that area,
Right,
for sure.
right.
Second best thing, we had it all on camera, multiple cameras. So good.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, it's good for.
We got shut down twice. Not
Good
shut down,
call.
but we got the cops came twice to 2 parties.
Okay.
So our 1 year anniversary party.
Was before or after that? After?
That was after.
Yeah. So we had a 1 year anniversary party. We wanted to throw
House party.
like a Project X house party, And I'm like, okay,
Enrichment.
Project X themed,
Okay.
but not necessarily like, I mean, we're not gonna go that
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, one of the
Not
homies,
yet.
is like, yeah, we could do that at my house. I was like, okay, like we can bring some
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, it should be fine.
There was
and then-
a lot of people. There was people that we didn't even know that were just walking or driving past the house and stopped
Well,
and parked
because-
their car and asked if they could come in. I'm like,
It's a
"No, we
residential. It's a
don't know
residential
you."
neighborhood.
Right.
It's a residential neighborhood. So we had everyone parked across the street. So it's like just wave of people crossing this main street,
Yeah.
huge main street. And so I think people just sort of like just walked up to us like, oh, we're here for the party. I was like, what's the password? They're like, you need a password for this party? I was like, yeah. Do you know anyone here? They're like, no. I was
No,
like,
we just-
yeah, it's
Thought it was a house party.
After the party, yeah.
Right? Like,
So the police came for that one as well.
Oh, he made a bad joke. So one of the girls was coming up to the front to say hi to some of the people up front, and they were pretty drunk and they seen the cops and they're like, oh, never mind. So they run back.
This
and
is
then,
mid talking with the police. They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
Adam's
everything's
talking
good.
right now.
It's a birthday party.
And then they
That's
were
it."
like, what's that? I don't know what that was. And the cop was like, oh, they probably thought there were some shots here, that they were going to get some shots up here. But he meant like, pow, pow. I was like, oh, bad joke.
Bad joke. Poor timing.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, God.
Chill.
Michelle was the one who caught that.
Oh man.
She was like, ooh, that was...
I was not even thinking about it. I was just like,
Oh, you
just make
guys-
sure we're good.
You guys have a good time every trip. You guys have been able to expand outside of the Cleveland reach. I've seen you've done events in Chicago. You want to tap into that a little bit? How have you been able to expand?
I just have lots of friends in different places.
Okay.
And also originally with Misfit Exchange, we wanted to just create the format and sort of bring it to different cities, So we just figured we'd do the same thing with this, Obviously, we're gonna travel to different places anyways. This is Wanderlust here, so we're going to different places, so we might as well okay, Luna Underground could be anywhere that we are if we can get enough people there, that will share the experience with us,
Yeah.
So
We've been in random places and we don't know anybody. It's just me and Adam, and we're like, hey, everybody, say Lunar Underground. And everyone's like, yeah.
if you're drunk enough,
You're
Give,
right.
you can make
give Adam a microphone and we're gonna get it going.
People, so.
Yeah.
For the Chicago one, I've been going to a couple festivals there for a while, so I sort of have a decent sized community out there.
Okay.
And so all right, let's just throw one. It was after Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And we're just let's just bring everyone together for after one of the main days. It was after Future.
House party.
Yeah, after Future, Future and Metro performed at Lollapalooza.
Okay.
We're like, all right, we're going to my homemate Mark. He's a doctor. He has a penthouse that he just got into, and he throws parties, but not to that scale.
Okay.
And I'm just like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So
Let me use your space.
yeah, so we threw a party out there. So we threw 2 out there so far, and we have one coming up in Detroit actually. Knock 2 is this Laos DJ, and he's been going super crazy nuts. We're going just to the show. And literally like a week ago, we're like, should we? There's no official after party. I'm like, there's an opportunity there, so I'm just like, let's just do it.
Okay.
So we booked a warehouse out there right next door.
That's
So,
perfect.
I love that.
So like literally at the end of the venue, we're probably gonna pass out flyers and everything, and just people can just come up
Migrate next door.
right next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because
That's efficient. Look at you guys.
Yeah. So
So where's one place that you guys haven't branded yourself yet that you would love to throw an event?
For me, it's like anywhere in California or
Okay.
like maybe Houston, just a bigger Asian population that I want to like tap in. So if anybody hears this from out there, please invite us. We want to collab with y'all.
I would want to do one out of the country. Would be great.
Okay.
We planned on doing a fake party in Italy. We were supposed to. We were
Make it
gonna.
until you make it. That's what I heard.
We were gonna promote the party. We're like, okay, and since no one knows what the location is, like
Yeah.
the theme is Italy, so we just do a bunch of marketing that way. And then this is the date of the party, and I was like, okay, you DM us for the location and password, and the
But when you
location's
get
gonna
it,
be in
it's
Italy.
We were
Like, we
supposed to
can't
take
go.
a trip last fall and stay out there for like a couple weeks.
Yeah,
So-
party with some people out there.
We'll have to bookmark that because I love that concept and I feel like it's something you guys could definitely work out.
Heck yeah.
Well, we'll clip it, and then we're gonna play this part, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Right
Noted. I
before the
got
party.
you.
Yeah, right before the party.
Yeah.
All right, so let's tap a little bit into the Cleveland nightlife itself. We've been asking a lot of the curators, DJs, and other creatives, what's one thing you feel that Cleveland has that other cities don't have?
First.
Well, we were talking about this initially.
Yeah.
Like diehard fans.
I think Cleveland just breeds,
Loyalty.
a certain kind of people just because we grew up here and we take shit from a bunch of different cities because we're on a bunch of lists for being like
Poorest place.
Mistake,
the
by
most
the way.
dangerous.
it's a
Yeah.
dangerous kind of place, but like people have like a real
Love
sense of
action.
community. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we have like lots of resilience. So the people who, if you show them that you can do something and you rep Cleveland, then they're gonna support you. So I think it's cliche to say people, but it's like we just create a certain kind of person sometimes,
I agree.
like forged and fire kind of situation,
Ooh, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Well, what is one thing that you feel the Cleveland nightlife is missing from your perspective?
More of Lunar Underground. More of us.
Oh, say that. What, one more time?
More of Lunar Underground. More of us. I honestly, even not just us. I think that people should start throwing more parties. I mean, the state of clubbing and that industry right now is just it's changing. I don't know if it's gonna die necessarily, but it's definitely changing. So everyone has to adapt. So I think as long as people can just throw more cooler events, then we can keep going.
I love that. Yeah, and you guys are genuinely setting the tone for that, for sure. Lunar Underground has not only branded themselves in the Cleveland nightlife scene, but in the event scene. You're curating one-of-one events, and it's not just, hey, we're throwing a party, come show up. Like, you guys have custom drink menus, food menus, themes. Like, it is genuinely invested not only into your community, but into the culture, into Cleveland.
It's a huge production, I would say. And like you said, some people might throw an event that's, consistently the same, but it's like, it's good because, you know what to expect. But for us, I think we take pride in the surprise element, like from the photography part, like when we come up with an idea, we take Rush Hour, for example, like coming up with the picture scenes that we have to recreate, doing the model call. So a lot of our models are really important to us because we don't hire like professional models in that sense. We like to include just regular people.
Community people.
Because if I'm including you, now you're reposting our stuff. You feel
more vested.
part of
Yes.
our community, and now we have a whole nother group of people we never even met that now you're helping us promote it.
Yes.
And so the more people that join Lunar Underground, the bigger it becomes. So I think that's why like just including regular people like us to be the face of it. I think
love
that's
that.
so important. That's how we're growing so fast. 'Cause people ask me like, did you buy followers? How did you get to over 2,000 so quickly?
Wait till we get a budget.
Yeah, I know. Like everything, like we don't do stuff for profit. We do
Right.
it honestly just to have fun all together. So I mean, like again, from the photography, we hire videographers to make sure that we recap every event so that people know what to expect when they're coming to one of our parties. And then Adam with marketing, like creating the ad campaigns and stuff, like he's very good at that naturally. And we just taught ourselves all this stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Canva.
Shout out to Canva.
It's like, man.
I think the more concepts that you can pull from, the more references, the more clear that we can execute the vision. You know?
Yeah.
So like our cousin Church, he's a fantastic photographer. You know, world renowned, Cleveland renowned. So he's fantastic, and he's been great to work with on our concepts, even though we have the craziest stuff. And he's just like, okay.
Pushes through.
All right,
We don't even know if certain things will work, but we still we did a vampire shoot at the vault and we didn't ask them for permission. We're like, we're just gonna pretend like it's somebody's birthday because we know that they charge like a lot of money
Thousands
just
of
to take
dollars.
pictures there. Yeah. We wanted to throw a vampire party there. There's a $10,000 minimum. I was like, okay, never mind.
Wait till you get a budget.
Right. Exactly.
You're gonna be crawling back to it. I mean, I'm gonna be busy. Sorry. And I'm
Could have worked
petty.
with us already, right?
Hilarious. So where do you guys see Lunar Underground or yourselves as individuals and as a collective within the next 5 years?
We have been talking about speaking stuff into existence. We want to throw a festival. You know, I think it's very possible.
I think you're
it's
right
sort
there.
of scary possible how you know close it can be. You know, and just expanding to different cities. I think Cali already has a stronghold of you know their Asian community. You know, and then New York obviously. But Midwest is underrepresented, you know, so that's where we come in, you know. So we're right there. Anyone who wants to take up that mantle too, they can be ambassadors, and we can sort of spread the,
That's what
you know,
I want
spread
to
it.
see. Yeah, I want to see more brand ambassadors for us. I want to see more merchandise for us.
Speaking of which, I've been absolutely blessed
Yay!
with my own official Lunar Underground shirt. Yeah.
This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's
This
our
is the
first
first
design.
Oh, okay.
The
I
first
feel like a
shirt.
low-key OG.
It didn't really go out like that. Yeah, so we did it for Asian Festival, and so it's like very, very limited, you know, so I think the more that we do physical product, I think we should just catalog, archive all that stuff. You know?
Yes. Well, I'm grateful. Definitely grateful. Well, honestly, I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to sit down with us. Before we get out of here, you have any upcoming events that you want to tell the people about?
Yes, we do. This Saturday, March 1st, we are throwing a rush hour party. So I don't know if you guys seen the campaign. It's been very fun. It's
It
gonna
has.
be dim sum buffet. We're gonna do karaoke. You know, all the homies are pulling up. And for us, Lunar New Year has always been like a huge sort of production, and so this one, you know, just another big one
Bigger,
as well.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to party at Bolong, like as teenagers. Like that was like the go-to place.
Okay.
When you couldn't go to the club yet.
Right.
But yeah, when people could bring bottles in there, we were just drinking honey and singing karaoke. Like it was just a good time. So I want a lot of people to relive that because that was like a thing of the past.
Awesome,
you know?
awesome.
So it's gonna be fun.
I think it'll be great, and the food I'm just ready to eat as well. So
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You ever had dim sum?
I have not.
What? We're gonna have to save you a plate when you're done with
Please
your
do. Yeah, when I leave my
other-
event,
yeah.
I'm definitely coming to you guys. I might
Yeah.
catch the last hour, but I'm gonna be there.
We'll make sure to pack you
put
some.
you on the list. You know.
Grateful. Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, once again, we appreciate you tapping in. Please be sure to follow Lunar Underground. Dee, Adam, thank you so much for your time. We look
you.
forward to see you at your next event.
See you guys.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know. I did this. I'm like so Asian.